Hey, what's up, everybody? I wanted to make a video because it's been a while since I've made a video uh, on this channel. Reason why I haven't really been making many videos on this channel is because I've been focusing on doing the online streaming while playing games on Twitch, and then exporting those videos to YouTube. But yeah, it's been a I haven't looked, but yeah, it's been several weeks at least, if not more than a month, since I made the last video. So I don't know. I guess I just wanted to make this video to just not that I need to, but to explain or at least update, I guess, as to why I've been gone. But I've really been enjoying doing this Twitch gaming on Twitch. One, because I get to have that fun and interaction with, some sort of medium with the video games. And I've been playing some games that I haven't played in a while. Like one of them, GoldenEye, not only has it been a while since I played it, but I used to play it in my childhood. So, I'm getting that hit of nostalgia. Plus, it's a great game, so it's like a lot of fun to play. But also another thing too is I get that interaction with viewers in real time. People that are watching watching my stream. I really enjoy when they talk in the chat room or the chat box, and it's fun to interact with them and welcome them, and then just talk with them. I like it too because I get like a stream of consciousness when I'm not responding to viewers. I get a stream of consciousness that I feel like I wouldn't otherwise get if I, am doing videos like this, where the only thing I'm focusing on is this video. I'm not, so it's like my main consciousness, I guess. I might not, I don't know. I feel like I process things a little differently if I'm talking while doing something else, like gaming, that I otherwise wouldn't get if I'm just talking into, a camera. Yeah, it's just, so I apologize. But I've just been really enjoying doing the streaming and all that stuff. Now, all that being said, I guess I'll update you two on my life. There's been ups and downs, not so much situationally, but there's been ups and downs in my mood, with depression and anxiety, stress. It's not so much been life events, although the past week I'll explain in a few minutes, but pretty much for the most part, it's been more me, kind of the, I guess labelity, label wouldn't be quite the right word, but my mood and my, depression symptoms have kind of oscillated. I've been doing pretty good this week. But yeah, so it's been hard to do self-care during the times where my depression is higher than other weeks, and also it's kind of hard to not get stressed out or have it affect me when my anxiety is higher than I would like it to be. So, but I've been good. I'm just really thankful again for this sober living house. I'm really grateful for my family, particularly, well, I guess my parents. Pretty much the only family I really talk to and have. I haven't tried reaching out again to my brother. I actually, kind of on that note, it does make me think maybe I should make another effort to reach out to him. Because I don't want to bug him. I mean, if he's hopefully, he's either gotten those messages and doesn't want to respond, which I respect, or those phone numbers aren't his, or working, maybe he did have them, but if he's having a difficult situation, he might not be able to pay for them. So either way, like, he either got it, doesn't want to respond, or it's not going to go through. So it's like, why bother? Like, I shouldn't say why bother, but it's like, I guess I don't see a point in making another effort, if that makes sense. But at the same time, I mean, it's like, I guess another try wouldn't be too bad, because I kind of don't want to, like, bug him or disturb him, because I respect his, if he did get him, I respect his decision to not respond, and I want to respect that space, but at the same time, I still do love him and care for him, and would like to make contact with him and kind of just see how he's doing and see if, I and my parents are able to help him. So we'll see. I might do that, but yeah. So more difficult self-care. But I guess I'll kind of get to the event that transpired last week. So last week, well, I guess the week prior to that, so 2 weeks ago, I'm still enjoying doing the recovery coaching through the organization I've been doing it through. Unfortunately, though, I still only have one recovery, which I really enjoy working with. He's fantastic, and I enjoy our sessions. But one recovery, the money I get paid for the session is not nearly enough to pay for rent, and I'm getting to the point where my rental assistance, at least for now, is finished. So that has kind of been contributing to some stress and some anxiety. What's nice too about this place is they're not going to immediately kick me out if I can't pay rent, but I'm going to have to come up with a plan, of course. I can't just be like, oh, I don't know. Don't kick me out, though. But if I'm like, yeah, I'll do this, and this, or whatever. So I made the decision, because I don't know if I talked about it, but at this organization, this facility, everyone else here, all the guys in the house work there. Pretty much in like the kitchen or dietary. There's a little different like of locations. So they don't all work at the same like location, but it is under the same like organization. And I guess I've been avoiding, I'm trying to think of a better word, but I've been avoiding trying to work there. I mean, I would pretty much be guaranteed a job. They have this program or whatever where people that were engaged with their services or are, I don't know if they take other people that are engaged in services like substance or mental health services elsewhere, but definitely for this facility, and they employ them so they have a chance to, people have a chance to work and make money, and have that additional step towards recovering, getting back to a status where they're able to pay, like sustain themselves. So it was pretty much always, I shouldn't say guaranteed, but it's like 99% guaranteed that I would be hired on if I applied. So because I haven't really been having any luck with the recoveries, and I'll admit I haven't really been looking for jobs. I would really prefer to focus on the recovery coaching, but it's getting to the point where that's not going to happen. So also my line of thinking was, I didn't really apply to too many places because it's going to take a while to get an interview if someone is interested. Two, if the interview goes well, and they want to hire me, the criminal backgrounds might be a barrier. So that might be some time to get the interview, some time for for them to run the background check and see my criminal history, and then, they might possibly rescind the job offer. And I don't really have time for that. So, I applied. I finally applied to this facility, because I was pretty sure that they would hire me pretty quickly, and they would be okay with my criminal history. They do have my counselor as a reference, essentially. He can, I guess, just back me up and like, hey, yeah, he's going to treatment. He's been compliant. Well, I know that's a little harsh of a word. He's been adherent to his treatment plan. It presents as polite, pleasant, somewhat put together. So yeah, it's like, I at least am doing pretty well. I can work. I have that capability, and he can back that up. So, yeah, so I applied, pretty much instantly, got the job, without really an interview. It helps too that my housemates, particularly one of them, Mike, I appreciate everyone, but Mike especially has really helped me out with a lot of stuff. I'm sure have spoken good words about me to the boss man. So there wasn't like a interview involved. It was just like, hey, yeah, you got the job. HR is going to contact you. So HR contacted me. I went in, signed the paperwork. Right after signing the paperwork, went to the place to do the drug screen, the UA, for employment. So I did that. They ran the background and got the results that evening. But then I went home, and then later, in like late afternoon, I got a call from HR, and they said they were not able to hire me. Which freaking sucks. I'm still pissed off about it. I mean, for I'll explain why. But it's just like, it's so frustrating, because it's like I finally got a job. Like, I was gonna start working pretty much immediately, and I can't. So the reason why is, as a result of my suspended nursing license, I guess, that gets reported to the Office of Inspector General, and they have an exclusionary list, to where, I can't work anyone on that exclusion list cannot work at any place or for any organization that takes, Medicaid or Medicare funding, even if it's not direct patient care. Like, so I was going to work in the kitchen, but I can't work at this place at all, this facility at all, because of being on that list. So I reached out to them, and yeah, I had two options. One, get my license reinstated, which, even if I wanted to, is going to take several months, and it's going to take several hundreds of dollars for me to engage with, to comply with the substance monitoring program that they have for medical staff. Everything is out of pocket. I think I've spoken about this before, which is one of the reasons why I'm just like, I really do not want to work towards becoming a registered nurse or having an active license. It's just totally not worth it. But yeah, everything's out of pocket, so I would have to engage with them, comply with them, pay for all the UAs. When I'm called, you have to check every day. It's similar to what I'm doing now with the color line. And then I can, after that, kind of proven, hey, yeah, I'm clean, I'm doing okay. Then I can apply to get my nursing license reinstated, which is going to take additional, like a few months. And then, I kind of have like a court hearing, and that, then, I have the chance of having it reinstated. Now, if I was in the program and I had all clean UAs and like was doing everything I was supposed to, I'm sure they would reinstate my license. Of course, it would be encumbered. So essentially like if I were to apply for hospitals or whatever, and they wanted to hire me, when they look up my license, it'll say like, disciplinary action. So they'll be, and of course I would have to let them be aware anyways of the whole thing. And so they might not hire me for that very reason. There's restrictions on what I can do. I can't pull narcotics out of the Pyxis, the med machine. Anyways, I'm going down a tangent. Yeah, so I don't even have the capability. I have no money. I can't pay for those UAs. And they don't have any assistance. There's like, you either pay or you're screwed. I mean, which is really frustrating. It's like, oh, nursing shortage. I mean, it's like, but you're going to make it like a huge barrier. It's like if you lose your nursing license in your job, like, I know a lot of people would probably end up working something else, but those that don't, it's like, how are you going to have the money to get your nursing license back? So yeah, time and money, that's the reason why, even now I wouldn't reinstate. And if I reinstate my license, I would just work as a nurse, which I don't want to do. Oh man. Anyways, so yeah, so I either have that as an option, or I can request to be taken off the list in 3 years. And they put me on that list, I think it was June or July of this year, so I could request to be taken off the list, in June of 2025. Well, and it's especially frustrating too. So not only, was my opportunity to be employed relatively quickly at a job that's pretty easy and pays pretty well or decently, not only was that snatched away from me, but it also means that likely as a certified peer counselor or any position that's peer support, if it's at a facility or hospital and a lot of hospitals and facilities take Medicaid, Medicare funding, because they have, low income people that are on state insurance, engage with their services. So they're going to, so it sucks because it's kind of throws a wrench in the whole thing too of possibly, working as peer support in a hospital, if a good opportunity came up, which it just sucks, man. It's stupid. It's like, I would understand if it was working on the floor of working as a, not like a CNA, but an aide on the floor, taking care of and interacting with the patients. I would understand that, but it's working in the kitchen. It's come on, dude. So yeah, that really blows. And then the day after that, the house, one of the higher up people of this facility, they run this house as well. This is their house. Called me and they're like, "Hey, yeah, you haven't paid rent in 7 months," and it's so I was just like, what? I had I had some sort of funding for recovery, and I also had something else that would pay several months of rent, like a back rent, which obviously I have. So that's really stressful. That really stressed me out quite a bit as well, because it's what they didn't have any record of anything, but they were going to look into it, and I know they'll find it'll get worked out, but from the sounds of it, I might have a month or two of rent to pay, back pay. Hopefully that's not the case. My understanding is I'm good until I was told by the housing manager, so this person's above them, but told by them that I was good until January. So that's super stressful, but I'm sure it'll get worked out. And yeah, so last week was a bit rough. Just a lot of strong feelings of stress from that phone call. a lot of anger, feelings of frustration, about, not being able to work at that facility, and I guess, realization that I might not be able to use what I've, learned and, been certified in this year to work somewhere else. So yeah, that's kind of everything that's like been going on recently. I actually wasn't expecting to really talk about this, but I just wanted to make this kind of a short video about why I haven't really been making many videos on this channel. But I figured, yeah, an update would be nice. And of course, I'm not gonna leave that out. But there's so much to be grateful for. I know I mentioned some things like this house and my parents, but grateful for my health. It's just amazing that I still have. I feel like I do. I believe I do. But it's like, I forgot what the saying is. Like, being in a picture, like, you can't see the whole picture. I'm not going to be able to, like, know how much cognitive and physical abilities I've lost, because it's, like, been a gradual experience. But I still feel that I have some level of cognitive abilities and memory. I can acknowledge that it isn't as great as it, was several years ago, but, the fact that I still have some abilities after the extent of the nitrous oxide abuse that I had is amazing. It's absolutely amazing. I'm very grateful for it. I'm surprised I'm not brain dead. I'm surprised I'm not dead in general. I really don't understand how I managed to live through all of that, especially, with the extent of the nerve damage that I had, and not being able to walk. And then also, it, kind of makes me glad for my physical health too. I mean, the fact that I'm able to walk. This morning when I went down to my group at the Recovery Cafe, I was running a little late, and I was able to sprint to the bus. Like, the fact that I can even walk, let alone sprint, that's equally amazing. I mean, so I'm just incredibly grateful for all that the fact that I can still live a pretty much a normal life. The fact that I'm not having to use a wheelchair or even use a cane, as any sort of equipment assistance. It's miraculous, like, I know that's kind of a strong word, but it really is. I mean, at least I feel so. Where I am right now versus how I was, a few years ago. And not just myself, but like my situation, my living, just everything going on. Hold on, I need a sip of water. So I'm very grateful for that. Well, there's one more thing, but I'm not going to. It's already a pretty long video. I guess the short and sweet. There's a program in the state that can provide up to a $2,000 stipend, depending on who you work for, what organization. Everyone here in the house has gotten it because that facility qualifies. The one I work for didn't qualify, but I applied anyways. I got an email that they're on the list. I applied, so hopefully I will be getting a decent amount of money. That would help tremendously. I would love that. So that takes a little stress off. Plus, I'm really fine. Like, as long as I don't buy stupid things, or just anything. I shouldn't even say stupid, but supplements. I have the capability with my offers that I can complete, and Ibotta that I use for cash back on groceries. I can pretty easily scrap together $300. I mean, that's what a month of rent is. So even if I don't find employment elsewhere or I don't get additional recoveries, I'll be okay. So I feel a lot better this week, especially after that news of that program. So I'm kind of torn on whether or not I'm still gonna like. I mean, I'm very appreciative of this channel. I mean, this is kind of what got me started off. But at the same time, it's like, at least for right now, I kind of want to prioritize the gaming channel more. Just because I feel it's as equally therapeutic, if not a little bit more so. Because like I mentioned in the beginning of this video, I feel like I can process things a little differently than while, you know, doing something else versus just talking. And again, I really like the live viewership and the interaction that I've been getting, and the fun of video games. So, you know, I feel like it fulfills that therapeutic role, but it also kind of fulfills like a little social interaction, a little fun. So, but I mean, I'm not gonna let this channel go die. I'm not gonna let it just like, hey, this is the last video. But yeah, I don't know. I still have some thinking to do on that. I'm not gonna sit here in silence for like a minute or two and like think of how to articulate or like come up with a plan or you know, where this channel's gonna go. Because I don't want to make any promises. I don't want to be like, oh yeah, you know, I'll do another video soon. It's like, I don't know. I'll be honest, I don't know when. But it won't be an if. I do know that. That's my intention. It's a matter of when, not if. So yeah, yeah, that's kind of everything going on, and that's why I haven't been making too many videos. So, one other thing too, as you can see, my ticks have been a lot better. They've been like way better. I feel kind of, I don't know why they started. I think it is maybe a result of post-acute withdrawal syndrome. I don't know, because they've never been this bad, both in frequency and severity. Well, you know, when I was having them, but now it's like it's very little. So yeah, I don't have to like touch my face and everything. So that's pretty nice. But yeah, I'll leave it at that. That just kind of came to mind because I'm like, oh yeah, I haven't really touched my face too much on this video. And if anything, it was just like pondering, doing a little pondering. So yeah, okay, that's it. Yeah, I appreciate you guys for watching. I appreciate everyone that, you know, likes, comments, and subscribes to this channel. It helps a lot. I really appreciate it. I like responding to the comments. So yeah, thank you guys. I'll see you next time.